he can now sacrifice the Windswept Teeth to destroy the Aristocrat, also to burn 3 into the face of Stefan Schwarz.
Does he have enough damage
Burning
to
him
kill
for
Stefan right away?
Does he? Oh, that's like 12 damage right away.
Yeah, and then the Fetch Land
Alright,
will
it's
finish
like
the
18.
job.
Holy crap. That's like even way better. Who knew? Oh, no, it's not, because they only...
They trigger for each other Valakut.
They don't trigger for themselves, right?
Whenever a mountain enters the battlefield, so they will trigger for itself, yeah. They will see itself entering the battlefield.
Okay, so... okay, so then, yes.
Each Valakut first deals 6 damage, so that's 12 now.
Right, they come into play.
And as soon as he cracks the Windswept Teeth, he will have another 6 damage, so 18 damage.
6, 12, 18, yeah, for sure.
Just off the Primeval Titan.
Excellent.
Yeah, Stefan probably didn't see that coming.
No,
else he would have Vendilion clicked the Prismatic Omen away. That's my guess. And that was looking quite easy for Pascal.
Yeah, no shit. Pascal just barely doing anything, just presenting his big threats on the table for the world to see, and just Stefan Schwarz ran out of answers, nothing he could do.
Yeah, he didn't do anything until
But what is he going to do now, man? Let's look at the sideboard. What is this? Okay, so Pascal Kauerauf not going to board anything. Boyle not really the best against this Grixis controller, I suppose.
Grixis plays plenty of islands.
Maybe he's going to bring it. Yeah, I guess, yeah,
Grixis
you're right.
Not just basic islands, but also Watery Grave and Steamlands, and sometimes Sunken Hollow. So Boyle could be used.
And you have nothing else to do, so let's see.
Yeah, Rending Volley, not so much. Anger of the Gods, no.
Boyle, yeah.
Yeah, what you're gonna take out? Commune with the Lava stays, Primeval Titan stays, Prismatic Omen stays. Maybe
you really can
to explore.
You think so? I mean, that's really like, what the hell are you cutting now? I guess explore is always like the thing that you cut right away, like first pick.
Maybe cut to explore.
But still, maybe cut like a land. The other dude is going first. How about we cut the land? I know it's like kind of not what you want to do in this deck. But maybe you can
the
just...
basic player like me doesn't think about siding out one basic land.
I'm telling you, on the draw, siding out the basic lands, the trash tea, go to move.
Yeah, and Stefan Schwarz, his sideboard has a Crumble to Dust that will come in. Blood Moon will want to see play Slaughter Pact for Primeval Titan or Scapeshift.
Oh yeah, Blood Moon is gonna happen.
Counter Squall, Vandal Blast, Dispel won't come in. Spellskite, Liliana maybe to draw off the game. I mean, Pascal plays all his cards and then
is Pascal gonna bring in the Bailoff?
No.
Oh, you never know, man. Maybe in game 3, I'm telling you. We can see this coming. I was thinking about Liliana when I was looking at the Bailoff over here. I thought maybe, but then I thought probably never gonna happen. But who knows, man? Because if he really does bring in the Liliana, he might actually be just looking to beat him up with a 4/4. Right? You need like higher threat density, maybe. I could totally see him like take out all the explorers or something, and just or like take out Kindly Heart Expedition. What's that? Weise? Ja, ne? Mach mal von der Seite Foto davon.
Okay, I just got handed the prizes for this modern event. All of them.
Oh yeah, man, that's an awesome stack. Starting with the 4 foil Golf.
4 foil Golfs. Let's see, then there's a handful of Inkmoth Nexus. That's 4, 8...
Oh yeah, we're seeing boarding. Crap, we missed it. This guy showed it to the camera. I just didn't pay attention. Oh, he is bringing in the counter squall. Right, of course. Why wouldn't he bring it in? Explore. Scapeshift goes out. This is interesting.
Yeah, it gets countered. Stefan will have some solutions to
Everything
it anyway.
Gets countered. What's that?
Frozen Grip. And Bailoffs. Yeah, you were right.
The Bailoffs are coming in. He is looking to beat him up with a 4/4.
Maybe even looking to see Bailoff being discarded by Thoughtseize. Or Rise and Fall. That's an option. If Pascal plays all his other cards, and Stefan expects the Scapeshift, but suddenly there's a Bailoff, the surprise Bailoff.
That is so funny. If he has to, Thoughtseize the Bailoff on turn 6.
Yeah, this the prizes are awesome in my hand. 16 Inkmoth Nexus, tons of Khan, tons of Snapcaster Mage. I didn't have so many modern staples in my hand for a while.
Man, pretty nice. 40 stroke lands.
And there's like 5 centimeters of dual lands.
That's pretty sweet.
Of shock duels.
So how's your 100-meter dash? I think I got an alternative business proposition for you. Never mind, man. Just hand over those cards again. Okay, so definitely Stefan Schwarz is going to be more varied this time. This is not going to happen to him again. He totally just got defeated by that Primeval Titan. I guess there was nothing he really could have done about it. He kind of had to take the Magmatic Insight, couldn't really risk denying the Omen. The Insight would have been so huge. Looking at the bunch of top just cards and either getting the really nice threat that you want or grabbing a bunch of ramp. And having a so thin deck that then your threat density just is immensely increased. Because that's the thing that you can't forget. Like when you whiff with a big commune with lava, still, at least then you don't have to draw it, right? So it's like still like you do all the whatever lands or something from the top. Okay, so let's see. This Pascal Kauer hand can barely even be bad. His deck is just so consistent. As long as you have any kind of distribution, you should be fine. Stefan Schwarz, however, does he have what it takes to stop it this time? Pascal Kauer just kind of going for the blunt approach. His weakness being aggressive strategies. Stefan Schwarz unfortunately not able to capitalize. Even the awesome Falkenrath Aristocrat, boss of the tribal human deck, couldn't get it done. Was like 2 turns away from lethal, or maybe 1. But yeah, after sideboarding comes the more disruption. I think he brought in even the Spells Guide to protect the Blood Moon from... But that doesn't make sense because the Frozen Grip will get either way, never mind. But maybe you did it anyway. You kind of don't have to know that the other dude has Frozen Grip, maybe he has like Nature's Claim. Yeah, we see the nice Blood Moon. The #1 white border requested card. All the time I hear this, do you have Blood Moon in white border, please? Because it's just so much more affordable. If he can resolve that, well then it's really not going to be good for Pascal Kauer. At least he brought in those Frozen Grip. But of course, he saw it coming. On the other hand, it's pretty sad, the variance in this situation alone. Because Stefan has like 2 Blood Moon and Pascal has 2 Frozen Grip. And if they don't match up, if like the Frozen Grip sits in hand forever, doesn't do anything, it's pretty sad. But even worse, when the Blood Moon shows up and there isn't any Frozen Grip around, then like what? Because it can even be hard to find a forest. So that this guy, if he can, he should go for a forest at the next possible opportunity. He's trying to figure out what to do. He's looking at his hand. Windswept Heath is still on the stack. Probably will go for the basic forest because that's really the #1 reason that it's going to make him lose. Okay, decides to go for Stomping Ground. Maybe because he opened with Valakut trying to turbo get to those 5 lands. 5 mountains. So that then he can start just lightning bolting all willy-nilly with this Valakut. But I don't know. If now, bam, Blood Moon, then what? Right? This... Okay. Okay. He can still get the forest like a little later then with this. Snapcaster Mage gets flashed at the end of turn. Stefan Schwarz realizing he has to apply the pressure. If he just keeps looking at this, never doing anything, then it's just not good for him. So there it is. That's kind of really like the tough choice that you need. You know, that kind of like, let's say, weak players usually like don't dare to make this. They're like, oh no, the Snapcaster is so good value. It's like Fabcaster Mage and whatnot. They will just keep it in their head forever. And they just don't realize they could have had the game long won by then if they only flashed it in turn 2 and started applying that pressure. Sometimes, man, the people, you can't just wait for them to set up. Sometimes you just gotta come, you gotta pressure them, you know, play the full press in their court and stuff, to use basketball analogy. Try to disrupt their game like before. Don't just wait until they show you what they got. Like, try to get in there maybe, you know, Try to stop that. Ooh, this is an absolutely nasty 1-1 creature. This is so strong against the 2-1 beatdowns. Sakura Tribe Elder, no way this gets sacrificed. Unless, if Stefan Schwarz attacks, I can totally see a trade here. Stefan will maybe, I don't even know, probably no way he'll attack with Young Pyromancer. Maybe he will like play Terminate even on, no he probably won't. But he might, to just do this beatdown. Maybe he will terminate the Sakura Tribe Elder. Depending on what else he could do. We shall see. I'm interested in the contents of his hand. Depending on what he has, this can be a really interesting turn. Decision-wise. Maybe he just doesn't have anything. But we shall see. Oh yeah, one more Pyromancer. I can see him going for the Terminate. There it is. Terminating the 1-1 just to get it out of the way. Gain 2 tokens. Bringing Pascal down to 11. Just hoping that he's not going to have it. Pascal sacrificing it, of course. Bringing him that much closer to just being able to cast the Titan. Actually, with the Tiny Heart Expedition, even if he has Scapeshift and land, then next turn he just wins. Which is pretty sick. Stefan Schwarz really giving his best shot. Trying to get the situation out of control so that Pascal will have to give up to this onslaught, but we just don't know if it will be enough. Pascal looking pretty on 11 life, I think, after this attack still. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So still on 11, still not dead on board. Will need like one more bolt to finish him off. On the other hand, if he has Scapeshift now, and he does not draw the Scapeshift, this is more blank. His hand is like all land, I think, almost. He will just have to go for it. He will have to. He has one more chance. He can sacrifice this, and then sacrifice the relic, top deck the Scapeshift, and win. In exactly this turn. If only he can rip it now, by the power of top deck. Is there anything else that can save him, though? Does he?
Ballot?
Oh no.
He can draw the Ballot.
Ah, yeah, right. How about like Anger of the Gods? He didn't bring that in, right? Nobody could expect this.
No. He drew the Scapeshift.
He did draw the Scapeshift?
He had it in his hand before.
Oh, Lord, yeah, he did have it in his
even
hand.
need to relic.
Oh, now I see. What a...
He sacrificed 7
man.
lands, so he
Oh, wow, 7 lands?
Yeah.
Is it serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has 4 Valakut, right? He's just going to bring in Valakut and 6 mountains.
6 mountains, dead.
He could have sacrificed only 6 lands. No need to show off that you have even more Valakut. I'm sure everybody can assume. But still, man, just kind of play optimally. I always say, like, in Magic, many times, you just won't know what to do. It will be unclear. You won't have all the information, and you just have to make an educated guess. And that's what really makes a good player. But on the way there, get down the basics. Like, whenever there is anything where it's, like, obviously the best choice, go with that. It's obviously better to not let that dude know you have more Valakut than to let him know. So just sacrifice the 6 lands, get 6 mountains, and be done with it. Right? This way...
Just in case.
It has no drawbacks. Okay? It's just like, it doesn't have like big advantages either, but it's all plus and no minus. And then it doesn't really matter how big the plus is. As long as there is no minus to it, why not always go for it, right? 18 to your face, really strong. Okay, we will try to switch to the other match right away. Let's see like how quickly they will be able to move their board depending on how far they are into their match. We would be hesitant to disrupt the players. We would rather let them play it out real quick than see if we can get them over for the following matches or match. We should still be able to see plenty of Magic. This didn't take long at all. Pascal Kauerauf totally just having it in a timely manner. Turn 5 or whatever, blowing this other dude up, or was it turn 4 even? Ridiculous quickness. Stefan Schwarz, like I said, trying to develop as much as possible, even terminating the Sakura Tribe Adder. Maximum aggro, not holding it back for any Titan, just straight facing him for as hard as he could. And still, there was no denying Pascal Kauerauf's Tiny Heart Expedition in just 2 sick ramp. Who knew? Like, back then, man, in Block Constructed, I remember it being really nice. And now, even in Modern, the Tiny Heart Expedition, man. Personally, I like it. If not everybody's playing with the same cards, it makes for a cool game.
So Pascal goes up to 6-0.
Yeah, Pascal Kauer of 6-0, just demolishing with his Titan Scapeshift. I believe that he will probably be able to find one more win in the next 2 rounds and then just clutch it out. Because this deck, like, I don't know, if he doesn't run into like too aggressive strategies, I'm pretty sure he's well set up against everyone. The funny thing is really like the 4 Relic of Progenitus. That is such a like free kind of win against many types of strategies where you just, you know, play the Relic on turn 1 against like the Grixis control dude. All of a sudden he has nothing going on. And you're just like, okay, I guess against everybody else I cycle this. But you know. So, yeah, we saw that. It was good stuff. Pretty good play, anyway. I didn't see like too many mistakes. I think none, or maybe like 1. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, this game was pretty good.
And the best part about Pascal's deck is any card he will draw in the late game is good for him because he has so many Valakut triggers just off any ramp. Unlike the blue Valakut Scapeshift decks, they need the Scapeshift. They just don't have enough mountains to win by just playing mountains. Yeah,
that really is the thing. Like, you gotta kill this deck. You can't just chill out and hope eventually you counter it all. It just won't work. Eventually, there will be Valakut just lying in play randomly. He plays the full play set. And then just with all the ramp, as soon as you hit the magic 5 mountains, everything is a lightning bolt. And that really is the damage ratio that nobody can claim. You know, the whole beatdown decks and whatnot, they got like 2 damage per card. But with Valakut, if you're down to Valakut and 5 mountains, that's it. Probably even way more than 3 damage per card. Because of just the chance to win it outright.
So now we will bring up another modern match of Steve Atto. We saw him earlier this tournament. He's still very far and good in the event. And
is he like 5-1 or something? No, 4-1.
4-1, I believe. Against Andreas Müller. That's a really nice name.
Yeah, man, Andreas Müller is awesome. Frequently gets confused from me, but really good player in his own right. He like top 8 at GPs. I got credit for those.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice for a while there. But like, no, not to discredit this guy at all. Andreas Müller really got it going on. Playing Infect here.
Yeah,
Steve Atto, as you might remember.
Steve Atto still with the Scapeshift deck from earlier, the blue version with Cryptic Commands in main deck. And
yeah, man, Steve Atto full plays at Cryptic Command, really just going for the control route. He is just content to hang out forever until he can 1-card OTK you with that Scapeshift.
Yeah. He's 1-1 against Andreas Müller, who plays Infect. A pretty standard Infect list. I mean, what can you do in Infect other than play Pump and Infect creatures? Main deck Wild Defiance is probably the most
yes, like main deck 1 Wild Defiance, 2 Twisted Image, 2 Spell's Guide. That's a pretty interesting choice.
Yeah, Twisted Image gets rid of Spell's Guide.
Well, yeah.
Spell's Guide got more popular recently. And it also is a really nice solution against the Jace, the Flip Jace from Magic Origins.
Is that an 0-2?
Yes, it's a 0-2 creature.
Ah, okay,
so
okay. I always thought it was like a 1-2.
If you swap Power and Toughness, it dies.
Okay, I see. Well, I never tried attacking with it, so I had no clue, man. Anyway, what's in the sideboard? Andreas Müller, can he bring in anything?
Against
Spell's Guide, really no good.
He has in the sideboard Dispel, Spell Pierce, Relic, Defiance, Rancor.
But Spell Pierce is kind of crap, right? Although I guess...
I can imagine he gets Spell Pierce in.
Yeah. We need to do the game the other way around. We need to look at Steve Atto's sideboard and see what he has. Because the Infect guy is going to waltz all over him if he doesn't have anything. And from what I can see, what he has is like a Fire Spout.
Definitely the Ancient Grudge.
Well, yeah.
Ancient Grudge kills the Import Nexus.
Of course. But just like the raw, oh, look at this shit. Here's all my pump and you're done. Opening, there he has nothing. He has Bolt. Okay, oh no, he has like... never mind. He has Izzet Charm, right? So I guess he has a bunch of stuff in the main deck. Actually, after sideboarding, there's not that much to be added. But he just is pretty well set up. If he can get a decent draw, he should be able to get this guy under control.
The problem here is sometimes, in fact, just wins too fast.
Ja, kannst du mal die Namen updaten? Okay. Nee, du hast nicht Shift S, Control S gedrückt. Da, jetzt. Okay, man, now we see the correct names. For some reason, yeah, anyway. The technique makes you always press the button. Whenever you change anything, you need to hit like Command S again, otherwise it just won't do it. I guess to save. Whatever.
Yeah, Steve Atto also brought in the engineered explosives. They also deal really well against blighted agents.
It's pretty nice. Do we know who's on the play? Like, I can see Steve Hatto like losing game 1 and then winning game 2 maybe, and now Andreas Müller is on the play. Steve Hatto throwing
Steve's
it
on the
away.
play now because
Steve is on the play. Okay.
He mulliganed first.
Yeah, then I probably would bring in the explosives as well, because then really like not much can happen to you. If you can even just like on turn 1 play like explosives for 1, and then in case they do have the Glistener Elf, at least they're not going to be able to nut draw you like this.
Even if they don't have Glistener
If they don't have it, you will still chilling out, because then like turn 2 you're going to play Go. If they play a 2-drop, you can maybe remand it. You know, that is really a nice spot. Only like 1 engineered explosives is all he has in the sideboard. I don't know how many I would bring in, but 1 definitely, man. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Just because against Infect, you just want to make it through the day, man. Those guys, if you can get rid of all the creatures, they will just collapse all by themselves. They will have so much pump.
Yeah,
it won't make a matter.
Explosives also kill the Noble Hierarch.
Oh yeah, the Noble Hierarch.
Although it never attacks for damage,
although I really wouldn't blow that one.
It fixes the mana really well.
I've seen some dude, he also had like Kitchen Finks in the sideboard, and then all of a sudden it was like turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Kitchen Finks, and he was like beating his opponent the fuck up, almost 20 damage, but then later he had to switch to poison anyway, and I think then he lost too, but it was pretty amazing, like just how much damage he dealt all of a sudden, this Infect dude.
So Andreas starts with the Noble Hierarch. Then,
which is pretty nice. It's kind of, well, not really recent edition, but I remember like when Infect came out, like of course at first it was like a kind of Blazing Shoal all-in Infect kind of action, but then basically this kind of build with the blue-green shell or whatnot, and just like the bunch of pumps, that used to never run Hierarch. And then at some point they just teched it in, and it's pretty amazing, man, for the Exalted, for the mana fixing.
In fact, I think it's still one of the all-in decks.
Oh, okay.
With Become Immense now, because +6/+6 with Infect is still some way of all-in.
I tried to go for the original LSV, but I had to settle for this local Pondmaster right here. It's keeps the morale up, you know, guys, so like don't mind this. Anyway, yeah, its deal is pretty all-in in the sense that once you manage to kill everyone, like all of the dudes, then you can really just draw your hand full of pump spells and not be able to do anything with it. And you really have little guys to go on, like, of course, Inkmoth Next is always trying to carry you in the end. But for sure, Steve Hatto will have brought in his 1 Ancient Grudge, his sideboard's Toolbox City. 3 Bailoff, 2 Thractors, 2 Negate, and a bunch of one-offs. That's what he got in his sideboard.
And the good old Inferno Titan.
Good old Inferno Titan, yeah. Coming down in, like, Arc Lightning, yeah, right?
When it enters the battlefield, it does an Arc Lightning, yeah. Up to 3 targets. Distribute 3 damage.
Okay, yeah. Sick. Yeah, pretty good option for after sideboarding. Of course, everybody knows about it by now. So I don't know how useful it is. I personally would have probably gone with Wormcall Engine, because you are bringing this kind of threats in all the situations where you just expect the opponent to have like the maybe surgical extraction or whatever extirpate for your Scapeshift. You kind of want to have a win option still. And then the Inferno Titan is like not the sturdiest dude in the world. Like I would like something else better, like for sure either Primeval Titan maybe even, or like Wormcall Engine. Because Primeval Titan is pretty sick. If you can, even with this deck, if all of a sudden you're like, yo, here's my Valakuts, then you can play the Mountain game as well. So in that sense, I do believe that would be a pretty cool like other card. I don't know why Steve chose to go with the Inferno Titan. Maybe he's just a fan of Burn and of Red in general. Great lover of mono red deck, Steve Hatto. Usually you can see him be done at this time in the round, chilling outside, already telling the stories about how he burned everyone from 20 to 0. Not today.
Today he burns them from 18 to 0.
Right, today he burns them from 18 to 0. That's too different story now.
Yeah.
Takes a little longer, particularly if the opponent is in the aggressive role. He needs to stabilize. Bolt always a great start. Wild Defiance is that?
Yes, Wild Defiance, he plays 1 in the main deck.
Yeah, and no in the sideboard? No, 1 in the sideboard.
A second 1 in the sideboard.
Yeah, Wild Defiance, just like with anything that pumps, so amazing with Infect, basically having double strike on those creatures. The pump is just huge, only 10 Infect counters and you're dead, and it can be just gone in a second, man.
Yeah. Even more important, Wild Defiance helps the creatures survive bolts, because it also triggers for enemy spells.
Oh yeah, really sick, wow. By the way, man, is Infect the deck most likely to kill you on turn 2?
No, usually turn 3, turn 4.
No, but I'm saying, like, of all the decks, which one is the most adept at killing you on turn 2?
Probably the Grixis brand deck.
Oh yeah. Right.
Or the Green Shoal, Worldspine Worm, Goryo's Vengeance.
Yeah, right. That's a pretty solid choice.
Amulet Bloom can win on turn 2 as well, but
Really?
it really needs a really good
Oh, it's
hand.
like Land Amulet and Bounce Land, Summer Bloom? Yeah, okay.
Turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Summer Bloom, but you really need to fetch your top, your good 7 opening hand. You need that.
Yeah. I remember really having like turn 2 Emrakul and stuff. Back then when I played Cloud Post, I also had the Amulet of Vigor Scapeshift engine on the PT. That's pretty nice. Okay, Blighted Agent, so unblockable. But still, Steve Hatto's burns not being able to take care of it now. He hopefully... I mean, this could just be it. The Wild Defiance so strong if it really does pump it for the opponent's targets as well. Bolt totally neutralized. Andreas Müller, like a good 2 spells away from just winning this. Maybe even 1 Become Immense could do it. Steve Hatto staring down the barrel of this Blighted Agent. No way he can block it. He doesn't seem to be able to kill it. He has a blue card in his hand. What is it?
This
Worldly Council in his hand, I think. That he can play now. Try to find something. But I don't know what he's going to get.
That's a repeal,
it's repeal?
maybe?
Ah, repeal in his hand really
yeah,
strong.
He plays
then
1
he's
repeal
safe.
in his main deck.
He does play 1 repeal, and there it is. Steve Hatto, master of the one-off. Just the card that he needs to not die to these kind of Wild Defiance shenanigans right now. But still, man, in a bad spot. Just no way to ever bolt anyone through this enchantment. Steve Hatto probably no way that he brought in his like enchantment removal. I doubt seeing Back to nature all of a sudden.
No way.
Maybe Engineered Explosives to 3. He can like make it happen, maybe.
Yes, and he has it in his opening hand, I guess.
He does?
I saw it, but I think then he mulliganed it. Because he didn't have other good cards. Yeah, against the repeal, Andreas Vines trigger. So if there's Vines of the Westwood, that will end really badly for Steve.
Damn right. If he tries to repeal this, on the other hand, he doesn't have to try to repeal it even, because he can just... Oh, Vines of the Westwood with Shroud. He goes for it right away. If he has the second Vines now, there's actually no way Steve Hatto can win against this. Because he will have to repeal this now. For Steve Hatto, as we like to say, it's time to shit or get off the pot. If he doesn't have it now, man, Andreas Müller will just be able to play another spell. Although he's playing without the kicker, right? But I think that suggests that he just has it in his hand. The Stone Cold Lethal, if there is no disruption now, Steve Hatto, no choice, he has to bounce it. And just hope Andreas Müller doesn't have another Vines of the Westwood. There is no way he can win against that. If there is another Vines, that's just it. That's like +13/+13. And there we see it. Another Vines, and I think he even has a third Vines.
Yeah, it's a mutagenic growth.
Sick. That is just so much pump. It was already like it's like already +9/+9. So that was that. But oh, Wild Defiance really showing us how it's done. Buffing those creatures out of bolt range. Nothing Steve Hatto could do. His one-off repeal magically appeared in his hand. Still though, no way he could stop this. Triple Vines of the Westwood, too good. Wow, Andreas Müller really showing us what you can do. With Infect, such a powerful mechanic. Totally degenerate. But whatever, man.
Yeah, Steve is now at 5-2. So
yeah, Steve will unfortunately be moving to 5-2. He can still get some cool prices. Top 32, if we look at it now. I'm pretty sure he can still snag himself, like maybe, I don't know, a Karn even.
Karn, Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster? No, I don't think he... Oh, maybe, yeah. Maybe he can still get the Snapcaster. It's 9 rounds, man. 7-2, yeah. It could get him pretty close up there. Maybe he can still grab the Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, easy. If he just wins every round.
If he just wins every round, yeah, easy money. Yeah. No, but of course. All is not lost yet for Steve Hatto, but Andreas Müller going strong. Next round will be the win and in, right? Or no? No,
Andreas
he's like 6-1 now?
They were both at 1 loss already.
Oh, they were at 5-1 though, right? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Andreas is now 6-1 and Steve Hatto...
But no, wait, isn't this still round like 6? Isn't it round 6? Is it round 6, chat? Does anybody know this? Because I think actually... Yeah, it is, man. We just saw this other guy play Scapeshift, and he was like 6-0 then in the end. So
right.
Now this is still the same round, man.
Yeah, so
it's round
Steve
6
is
still.
4-2.
So Steve is 4-2, Andreas Müller 5-1. Andre Müller in a good spot. Definitely where you want to be, at least after 6 rounds. 5-1 is fine. Like, we can't all be sitting pretty at 6-0, right? But if you're like at 5-1, you're still in there, you're looking ahead, you're looking behind you, man. You have come a far way, and now those 2 more measly opponents, you can do it. This is round 6. Totally, Kane, thanks for the heads up again. We managed to figure this out. Barely by ourselves amongst the 3 of us. Andreas Müller moving up to 5-1, looking for 2 more wins in the next 2 rounds to get in. Totally doable, man. Particularly with this kind of deck. Holy crap. If you get just a nice draw, there is nothing anybody could have done. Steve Hatto totally chanceless. Really nice. Mach mal Mute. Oder so. Hast du gemacht? Mute. Okay, guys, this is it for now. We got no more matches going on, but we will be back with the next round right after this break, man. See you later then.